But it kept getting better. It kept getting better. And then at a point, my CEO said, "Oh, I have a bigger place I want to move to because I was diligent. I will give my best. I will bring innovations. I will give ideas." And she said, "I need to move to a bigger place. That's where we are now. But will you help me with?" And I got the ball rolling. I carried it on my matter like it was my business. I got lawyers. I got business developers. And we set everything. We got partners, and then we moved in here.
So
And
sorry to cut you. I've heard you say something. I have never worked for a man in my life.
yeah,
I have never worked for anyone in my life.
mm.
That every time you work for people, whether you're working, whether you're doing business, can you share with us as in you see yourself working for God,
Yes,
something? Yeah.
absolutely. So it's just a life principle I have. Whatever I do, volunteer, paid. I don't work like I'm working for whoever is paying me. God is the one paying me. He sees me and he's paying me. And in the end, every work experience I have, I am the one that carries it when I'm leaving. It's not my employer that keeps it. I go. So whatever I give into it is, I am the one that reaps the benefit. I'm the one that benefits in the end. If I give it my best, it gets better. If I don't, I am the one that gets bad for it. So I don't work for any man. I work.
So a lot of times God inspires you, do this, do that,
Oh, yes.
and you don't mind giving even more than what the
Almost
person is expecting.
every time I do that. I give more than what anyone is
So
expecting.
it's a value that is
Yes,
great,
it is.
awesome.
Yes,
Seeing
it
the
is.
fact that God is at the center of
Yes,
everything, and
it
anytime, any day, whether you're getting paid or not, whether this deal is going to look good or not, you are working
Yes.
for God.
Yes, I
You're
am.
not working for God. So you were very diligent, and everything, and that was why she was like, "Okay, I'm moving to a bigger space, and can you?"
Yes.
And then you helped set up, and
it was an exciting phase. I found out things about me I didn't realize. I found out how tenacious I could be. I would go to people and I say, "I want you to be our partner. Like, which experience do you have?" I would send emails now. I can send emails to anybody. If I was a partner with Trump, I would send him an email. As in, I'm not afraid of. Just try. There's what's on the other side of trying. At most, you get to know, but I will always give it a shot. And I remember she just sent me a message one day that, "For me, you've been wonderful and I'm really grateful." And she says, "You know what? You can have the clinic." Because before it was registered with my license, but it belonged to her. She said, "Go and register it." And she paid. She gave me quite a huge sum to set it up. And then I registered it. So now I'm the director. My husband is the assistant, and I got a secretary, and I registered it in. She funded everything that was in the clinic at the point. And she said, "You know what, just since you're in the building, just give a certain percentage for everything that you did." But I run everything, consumables, paying staff, everything. Just hope you're fine. Like, I'm fine, basically. And she's been amazing. She's been like a nursing mother in business for me. Yes. It's like having business, but you're riding on the back of someone else who has been there and done that. So it has been grace. I could never have orchestrated myself into what I'm in now. I couldn't. I see God's hand, his invisible hand behind it all, every step of the way I do.
So we've seen God's hand all the way.
From
that 2-year-old girl that lost her dad, to your mom being strong, to you saying, "Okay, I'm not going for being for core medicine, I'm going to dentistry," to you running business while you were in school, NYSC, getting married to Pastor Dami, loving him helplessly, and following to Abuja, following back to Lagos. So you're laughing.
I can't help it.
Oh, you like, let me not say man, you like Pastor Dami a lot, and so there's just the way God orchestrates, but for your CEO, she's like an angel.
Oh, yes.
That God has sent to you. And when we talk about women, empowering women, she has gone beyond empowering you.
Yes,
So is there something you want to say to her?
Oh, I say it all the time that I'm eternally grateful for her. Something I'd like to say that I'm eternally grateful for her. She's been a blessing. Because I remember that time when we moved back to Lagos, it was a very turbulent period. It was really, nobody would know on the outside. Only my husband and I knew all that was happening and where the shoe was pinching. And then I decided to go as a partner instead. And sometimes sales were deep and all that. Many times she just say, "Oh, take this for the kids." I won't ask. she'll just say some months, this is what we make, and she'll just tell the account officer to add on to it. And she's been a huge blessing. I'm sure she didn't even realize how much God used her then in that period.
You know, and which was something I was going to say, when it comes to entrepreneurship, it can be,
oh yes, it can be
crazy. And then your husband
Nigeria
is now in full-time industry. So how have you guys been able to balance the financial pressure?
Okay, for one, my husband works in an amazing ministry. Petra Christian Center is an amazing ministry. I remember when we moved to Lagos, we left a lot of our things in Abuja. Pastor Ayo literally gave us the house he was staying in Lagos. He gave us fully furnished TVs, a freezer. He filled it with food for us and bed sheets, everything. He left a fully furnished apartment for us. So every step of the way, there have been cushions, and Petra Christian Center, they take care of Pastor Dami as much as they can. So it has been.
And for you in business,
for me in business, just always comes true. And then we've learned to be content. So when there's a lot, we are bound. When there's little, we are this. But a lot of things we're content.
But for you to build business effectively, how have you been? I'm sure your financial management is very good.
I'm not sure. I'm getting better.
Okay, so what are the lessons you have learned, and have you been able to manage to conserve and build financially and balance the home, balance the things, all the fine dresses and the fine neck pieces? Okay, I'm not okay. Your dress is nice. You know, the jewelries, you know, and the financial, you've said contentment, you know, yes, you know, but how have you been able to keep building the business financially?
Where I am now, I still think it's a challenge. I just seem to always plow back into the business. I just seem to always plow back. For now, just seems to always plow back. I'm like, I must reap the dividends eventually, but I put myself on a salary so that there's no temptation to go overboard. But I'm constantly plowing back into the business because I want to see it grow. Just like a child, you're interested in seeing the baby grow. So that's where I am really. Constantly plowing back into the business. And then I have side hustles, so I sell many different things.
What are the things you sell again?
You don't want to know. This is something I make. I do. I told you, because I set up Body Pantry International, so then I have a flair for adire. Somehow it just came out when Abuja. It just came. There's just a certain love I have for it. So I make adire pieces. I sell fabric. I sell jewelry. I have jewelry in the car. I'm selling different things. Yes. Wow. So Body Pantry is still, even though it's on a minimal, I'm not making a lot of noise about it, but I do a lot.
A lot of, side also. Yes, so your hands are actually blessed. Please let me touch your hands.
Your hands are blessed.
Really? Yes. But, I want to take your anointing on top of my own anointing, for business. So that has helped you, balance things. So how long have you run the clinic here now?
The clinic here on Isaac John, a year. Where we were previously about a year and a half, so about 2.5 years.
About 2.5 years. I think, we've been talking about this Lux Dental. I think I want the audience to see what you'll be able to do with it. And there's a feature, presentation that myself and my team have, put together, because I believe there's something unique that you're doing. And I think we just, the audience, I'd just like you to look at this, feature presentation, look at this video, and then you'll be able to have an in-depth understanding of what Dr. Fumi Adini has been up to. She says it's small. He's not small. He's not small at all. So come along and then just enjoy this. That's super amazing. You've done something fantastic with these hands, So I say these hands are blessed. Yeah. And the truth is, so the help of God, everything, but I believe you've been so hardworking and God has been faithful.
Yeah, God has been
right. So how's the experience been?
It has been a beautiful experience. I used to be a control freak. I wanted my life planned out, and I've learned to just let go and just trust him every step of the way. When it turns, just turn with him. When it feels like it's falling apart, just stay with him. I feel like it's actually coming.
Have you ever been tempted to give up?
Yes, yes. Sometime last year, I was just like, what am I even chasing? Like, just what? Maybe just gotta stay at home and be singing to my children at a point. Yes, but then I just remembered my why. Because at a point, something that strengthened my resolve for dentistry was when I was in Abuja, and I realized that the average dentist used to get paid 75,000 a month. And I said, no, that's wrong. I'm not going to school for 6 years after all that. Why should a doctor be living on that? And for me, that was a huge driving force that I want to improve. I want to play my own part and add something of value to the system. So that's how this came up.
So apart from your why, what do you say to yourself? How do you keep going? Because I believe that God has written a beautiful script with your life. And I believe that today, a lot of people will be able to look at this script written and how the best of directors is playing it out and be able to say, if Fumi can do this, and if God is doing this, I believe you're called. I believe you're sent. And I believe you've been able to go in sync with being sent. And God has been able to show himself strong. So help me tell others why they should keep at what they are sent to do and not cave in spite of the pressures.
I believe a lot of lives are tied to my obedience. So when I want to cave in, I just remember there's someone else that just could get better, that just could know something more, that just could experience God's love if I just persevere. So I just say, just keep at it. And if you know you are sent, you can't chicken out. I remember something happened late last year and I was like, I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it. And the Spirit of God asked me that, do you stop because things get hard, or do you stop because I say stop? And I decided I stop only when you say stop. I don't stop when things get hard. I don't stop when I'm hurt. I stop because he's my commanding officer. So I get my command from him. So if he says keep going, I keep going. Even when I don't feel like I ask for strength, like I'm giving strength. And I'm very sincere with God. I have a very open relationship with him. And so if he doesn't say stop, I don't stop. I don't stop. We keep going.
Keep going. Yeah. So you just keep hearing that voice in your head. Okay, don't. So if you cry, you clean.
I carry it and continue.
If you can make up, you make up. The day you cannot make up, you pack the air. The day you have to, But how do you balance wearing all those caps? Wife, and the wife is the very strong one. Don't worry, I'm not going to stop teasing you today. Mother, you have two beautiful kids as a.
They make me
Lanu.
They make me look good. Someone sent me a text yesterday. She was with Lanu for 1 hour. She said, good evening, ma. Your daughter has strong leadership potential.
Hallelujah.
She has charisma. And she was telling me, as I said, it's God, it's not me. It's not me because I have no part in that. She's an extremely gifted lady. Both of them. My son is an extremely gifted drummer.
You run a clinic.
Yeah.
You run the business side, you work as a professional. So you're a professional, you're an entrepreneur, you have other businesses, you're trying to bring up the fashion side, the Denrele pantry, body pantry, right? And then you're a minister, an ordained minister of the gospel at Petra Christian Center. And I know that is somewhere that excellent ministry goes on.
Yeah.
How do you balance all these caps? Are they balanced? Or
I think I dropped some caps at a point. We had some caps. There's just wisdom in finding a flow, and my husband makes it easy for me. He makes it easy.
Say it well now.
He makes it easy. Thank you. He makes it very easy. I couldn't be doing all I'm doing without his permission, without his help. I couldn't be doing it. So he makes it easy for me. And then there's just grace. And because I've seen my mom do things like this, and I've seen other strong women multitask and do all this, and there's just grace. I think there's just grace for it.
Wow.
it's just great.
Thank you. It's been a very wonderful one.
Very
And I'm sure it's this environment is beautiful. I made up my mind that we're going to shoot here, you know, to be able to showcase. And being a partner here it's even though it was not something you ever dreamt about, but now it's a dream come true. Now we know why the package was far better than. So I guess being a partner here, you know, working in this environment and what your CEO has been able to build is fantastic. But you're eternally grateful to her.
Yeah.
I think this community is grateful, you know, to her as well. And I believe today I wanted us to be able to see what happens at the Rejuvenate Spa and Wellness Center. So I think you should take a look at this video. So it's been beautiful going on this journey with you. Thank you for having this conversation with me.
Much.
I'm sure you're inspiring somebody out there, and I'm sure some people are looking forward to come be your clients, you know, come enjoy the experience, have enjoyed being your patient, even though you like bullying me, like I'm bullying you back, you know, like that. But I don't know, what message you have to say? I think first about maybe 2 parts. So I don't know how you're going to do this, balance this when it comes to oral health, when it comes to dental care. You know, I'm sure you have a message to, you know, the audience, you know, out there. Then the other women, the fact that you'll be able to stand strong. What do you want to say to them to come along? So can you do that?
So I need to say your oral health is extremely important. Your mouth is a mirror to your body, so we can see what is happening inside by looking at your mouth. So take it important, give it some thought, especially for mothers. Get your children started early with oral health care. It makes their lives easier, it eliminates pain, it just makes everything easier once they start early. And for any person watching out there, my core message is that God is good and you can trust him with your life. You can trust him with business, you can trust him with finances, you can trust him with marriage, you can trust him with every single thing in your life, really.
So I always love to say that God can be trusted, and your trust in God has made a whole load of difference. So for every woman out there, God can be trusted. If he said it, if he sent you, it's going to back you up. I'm going to say something to you. You are a strong woman. You have what it takes. I need you to go for that dream. I need you to take that break. Take that course. Start that business. Faithful is he who has called you, and faithful is he to do it. If he sent you, I'm going to say it again, he's going to back you up. We look forward to sharing your stories, to sharing your testimonies, and the same way God has exceeded Fumi's plans, exceeded our projections. I believe God is going to meet you. You know, what she said, you don't know what is on the other side of your fear. So quench that fear, put it behind you, and go for it. Because the world is waiting for you to make a difference. The world is waiting for you to make a strong impact. I call you strong. I call you blessed. I call you favored. Your hands are truly blessed. And whatever you touch, there will be a difference. It would impact generations upon generations. So again, go for it.